Hey everybody, welcome to episode 75?
Oh, fuck, Tim's gone rogue.
74?
74, I think.
Of the Up Real Light podcast.
I refuse to accept this.
Up Real Light.
Up real light.
Up real Israeli.
I'm your new host, Tim. God's been demoted.
We'll start. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 74 of the Up Real Light podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined by Tim McGavick.
I'm
How's it
back,
going, Tim?
baby!
Tim is back.
You left? You weren't here?
I was not here. I know Adam did a little impression of me. I heard that.
Yeah.
Did I?
I don't recall.
It was during the intro. You're like, but I am here.
Also joining us is Tyler Switolski.
Hi, guys.
Hey, man.
You're back.
Hello.
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, you've been here?
You're back.
Did
Hello.
I been here? I would never know.
And Adam Franey.
I'm always here. Always will be here.
Nice.
I'll die here.
I'm glad.
Wish I was there.
Hoping so,
We'll
yeah.
hold you to it.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Let's
Thanks,
run down
man.
some of the topics we're going to be discussing on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to be discussing our last seen films. And our review of the week is Manchester by the Sea, starring Casey Affleck, getting a little Oscar buzz for that. As well as a bunch of trailers we're going to talk about, including Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise himself, Transformers The Last Night, and The Circle. So, if you do want to skip ahead to any of those topics, you can go in the description box below and click on any of the timestamps, and you can skip ahead to any of those. As well, don't forget to leave a like on this video, leave a comment below in the comment section, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy our stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into our last scenes. Who wants to...
I'll go first.
Tim, it's been a while. Start us off.
Despite being on a boat for 7 days, I did manage to watch a last scene.
What? Don't believe it. But
One night in the old room there. Watched one hell of a movie.
The TVs.
I'll read the synopsis, see if you guys can guess it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Set to the music of ABBA,
Oh, Mamma Mia!
a young woman has invited 3 men to her wedding, believing that one of them is her father. All 3 show up in Greece for the wedding, to the surprise of the bride's mother, who's also unsure which of the 3 men are the father.
She has no idea. Oh, my God.
What's this?
Tim, what'd you watch?
Mamma Mia,
Wow.
2008.
No way.
Written by Katherine Johnson and directed by Felicia Lloyd.
Wow.
So that was all you could get your hands on this cruise, I take it?
Yes, that was pretty much it. The first night on the cruise was very rocky and shaky. So was my viewing experience of this movie. Not enjoyable.
What?
No kidding.
Starring Meryl Streep, who's a pretty good singer.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried,
So she's
who's a good
on-
singer.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan, who's a horrible
Who's
singer.
not a good singer?
Stellan Skarsgård,
My man.
not a good
It
singer.
wasn't bad.
Not good.
Colin Firth, who's not a good singer.
None of them.
And Julie Walters, a.k.a. Mrs. Weasley.
Also starring Dominic
Ah.
Cooper, Christine Baranski.
Do you want to take over?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
But yes,
So,
Dominic Cooper is also in
I'm
this,
picking
who
up
also
sweaty
cannot
voices.
sing.
So none of the men can sing.
The men are all terrible. Most of the women are pretty decent singers. So, like half the cast is miscast.
Right.
Yeah, this is not a good movie.
Wow.
At least dub them or something.
Something, yeah. Like, I don't know, man. It
I
just
think of
wasn't good.
Moana, like someone sang for the Moana's father.
Okay.
Like the father, there was an actor who did the speaking part, and there was someone who sang for him.
Thank God.
Like
They should
do
do that.
do that.
They should
You know
do
what I
that.
mean? Like get someone who can sing.
But yeah, the plot's like just okay. There's a couple funny moments here and there. The Colin Firth's character is pretty good. So is Stellan's character. He's like this guy who doesn't have any interest in being the father. But it's not good. Like Light 2 maybe. I'm being generous.
Wow.
Savage.
Okay, so I'm not going to tell you my rating.
But Pierce Brosnan, like, who can't sing, sings like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh boy. Like Colin Firth is like a much better singer, and he sings for what, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, he has one song, and he has 2 songs, and they're like small parts in the
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah. The soundtrack's great though, because it's ABBA, so there's some pretty well-known songs in there.
When did this movie come out though?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Looking
It was
at
a
8
lot
years
longer
ago.
than that ago.
Wow. It feels like 2002 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt like 2002 movie.
Christ.
You also
Like
have
just
to remember
bad pacing, bad editing.
They're also kind of handcuffed with this because like they wanted to stay as close to the
rationalization of the
Scott. You know what?
The
I'm not gonna.
is real.
We directed by the lady who directed the play, or the original Broadway musical.
And that might have been their
Really?
issue because she didn't have any. She actually didn't have any
film
experience.
Like,
Yeah, like directing.
That's what it was.
Directing. No, because there was potential there for a good movie, and I loved it. I don't know if
You love ABBA.
I love ABBA,
That's
the entire cast I think was amazing for what they had to do. Probably not, but you can't deny that Stellan Skarsgård, Pierce Brosnan, and Colin Firth are bad. You can't say they're bad actors. They're all great actors. It's just that to cast them in a musical might not have been the best choice.
Casting director should be fired.
Yeah, I will agree. I loved seeing them. I loved seeing them on screen, but singing probably not the best to cast. Sorry, Tim. This is your last scene.
No, it's
So it's a light 2 for Tim.
light 2.
And a 5 for Sweetie.
I'll come back with something big this week. Don't worry, guys.
Ooh,
Yeah, well,
excited.
Fun fact:
Mamma Mia 2.
you're not.
Benny
back.
Anderson from ABBA. He's one of the guys in there.
Yes.
He actually has a small cameo.
Is he the guy playing the piano?
Piano in the water. Yeah.
Figure that because he looks right at the camera.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, yep, this is definitely a cameo for
Yeah.
It says,
Someone
"Hi,
from
I'm
ABBA."
Benny
He was the
Anderson
only
from
one of the
ABBA."
4 that actually made a cameo.
Kind of reminds me of War Dogs, where there was someone like singing.
Yeah, playing one of the
It
guys
was like
playing the.
there was a really unusual amount of focus on this random nobody.
Yeah.
That was like the guy played by who
Miles
Miles
Teller.
Teller played,
Yeah.
like in real life. I'm like, that's weird. Doesn't really fit.
Yeah. So it's a Sweetie 5 bang.
You want to go ahead next, Ty, with your
I'll go next.
your last scene then?
I got a pretty good last scene actually. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
So 2008 musical with the music of ABBA. 2016 movie. Yeah. A mere 200 yards from shore, surfer Nancy is attacked by a great white shark, with her short journey to safety becoming the ultimate contest of wills.
Didn't we do this one?
No, we never did it. Someone last
I'm pretty
seen
sure
it.
we last seen it.
Someone last seen it.
Someone did us last.
Tim, did you?
I last seen it maybe then.
Yeah, I think you last seen it. 2016's The Shallows, starring Blake Lively and Shark, and that was it.
There actually wasn't a shark in this. It was CG.
Okay, so fuck me.
There actually wasn't.
It actually is a
There's a drunk.
there's a seagull who's actually like a acting
Oh,
seagull.
you mean Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was good.
Great name, I will say.
Yeah, yeah, starring Blake Lively, and that's about it. Directed by I lost his name there, or it's a woman. I have no idea. Wame Colette Serra.
Great.
Wame.
Love him.
Writer Anthony Choswinski.
Love him. Great work.
Great. Yeah, huge, really blowing up
What's
right
the
now.
name?
This is a really good movie. I
Really?
Tim, do you remember what you thought about this?
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, good.
I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
I
Yeah.
thought it was mediocre
You
at
didn't?
best.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, you did see it. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, this is great. Yeah. No, I really liked it. I think it was the one thing that really stood out. It was shot beautifully. Like every shot, like all the
Good looking.
Like every shot, I thought was
lot
just
of,
beautiful.
Blake Lively ass shots.
A lot
Of
more
her
than I
and
thought.
stuff.
And like there was like a really unnecessary shot of like her cleavage when she was doing up her wetsuit. And I was just like, this is just like
I do remember noticing that. I'm like, this doesn't feel right.
this did not need to be here.
So over the top.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you do a wetsuit up when you have boobs. Got it. Okay. But yeah, I thought this was fantastic. A couple of things I learned here, what I just learned now.
How to fight sharks? Or...
Yeah, how to fight sharks. First of all, this is all shot in Australia, off the Golden Coast. There, it's supposed to take place in Mexico, but it was all shot in Australia.
Bizarre.
Yeah, I thought it was. It worked. It worked for me. I believed it was Mexico.
I believed it.
I thought that was kind of cool. And the other thing was, she got a lot of advice from her husband, Mr. Ryan Reynolds here. She was largely inspired by his film Buried.
It's pronounced buried. Actually,
What did I say? Buried.
buried.
That's how it's whatever.
Buried.
You're saying it weird.
No,
I had an argument with one of my coworkers over the pronunciation of the word buried.
I'm
And they were
pretty
arguing
sure
Are you
buried.
having that right now?
Yes.
it's
But I'm having PTSD flashbacks to like 2 days ago.
So yeah, off the movie Buried. Yeah, I thought this was just a great movie. I had another point here. I'm trying to remember what it was. I loved, like, she did really well for like just acting just on her own.
How about that ending though?
What's that?
How about that ending though?
That ending, I was
the shark. Like what happened with the shark?
Yeah, she fucked up that shark.
I don't even remember.
Spoilers.
You had to know that was coming.
Just that crazy like CG shot of like, yeah.
Yeah, that one I was like, it was.
I was just like, kind of laughing a bit.
Well,
like
it looks like
it
a balloon deflating almost.
Yeah, it was like it felt like when it happened, it was like all this felt realistic until that. Like when that happened, I was just kind of taken out by that.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like not like less.
It felt out
realistic
of place.
to me. Yeah,
that one like little bit there.
And like also, there's no way she'd be sitting like for over 24 hours like with like the water and like all that with no antibiotics or anything like that. With like she would definitely lost her leg. Like,
do we know that she didn't?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. That was.
Then we got fucked.
Yeah. Also, she did all of her own stunts, which is really cool.
Really?
Like all the surfing and everything like that. That was all her. Thought that was really cool. But yeah,
kudos.
Yeah, I know
I can't surf.
I hold a surfboard to look like an idiot. So she did fantastic.
You look like an idiot without a surfboard.
I do. I just look like an idiot in general. She managed to surf and look.
Oh, you don't need a surfboard.
No.
She's a very lively girl.
Yeah. Ho ho ho. Hey-o.
Bring back puns.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a light 4.
Give it a 5. Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of. Yeah, I thought this was a great movie.
All right,
light 4.
Well, I'm gonna jump in next.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
No.
Fucking.
With the little flick.
Adam, why are you still talking? It's disgusting.
This movie is unlike any film I've ever seen.
Fuck.
Interesting.
It is technically a documentary, I suppose. Now I'm going to say the name of this movie, and I'm going to struggle. Okay. I believe it's Koya Niskatsi. Okay. Also known as Life Out of Balance, which is the translation of the word. And it's a documentary that came out in 1982. Directed by Godfrey Reggio. Score by Philip Glass. And basically, this movie is literally like a montage of images. It is a non-narrative documentary, I guess they call it. And it's sort of describing, like I said, the sort of subtitle is Life Out of Balance. The relationship between like nature and humanity and sort of the juxtaposition of the two.
There's no words?
No words.
Sounds Terrence Malickian.
There's some chanting in the beginning. But that's literally the only words. And they're saying the title of the movie, like they're chanting it. But it's an hour and a half of just a montage of images. Not photos, like filmed.
Okay, I think they're like photos.
Yeah, that's what I
said. Slideshow.
Yeah, like a slideshow with no talking. I was like,
it's a montage. It's moving images. It's film, but it's like
just scenes.
It's like, yeah, it's not like scenes though. It's just like shots of things. It felt like when I was a kid, I would go to my grandparents' house and they had National Geographic. Each month they were subscribed, and I would. It reminded me of reading in National Geographic and seeing those really amazing photographs of, like, say for example, this is one thing that really amazed me in this movie. This is probably where it originated from. This movie, shots like a time lapse shot, sped up super fast of highways at night, and seeing all the lights kind of blur together into lines, and seeing like cars like zoom around in like these, but it turns into one stream of light basically. And there was a lot of shots of that kind of in the middle of the movie that I was amazed by. And it's just so many shots that I just think of that were amazing. But for an hour and a half, I was literally just mesmerized. I could not stop watching this movie. It was just weird because if you just cut into this movie and you just, hey, let's just watch a minute of this, you'd be like, what is this? This is weird. But from the first shot, it just kind of like pulls you in. The first shot is like a close up, of this thing like exploding, and I'm like, what am I witnessing right now? And then it sort of things start moving and like exploding, and then you see like the end, like the not the nozzle, but the end of a rocket like blowing up, and it's a spaceship taking off. But it's a super close up, high res of like a corner of the bottom of where the shuttle's taking off. And so when the shot starts, it's just like this giant explosion. You're like, what am I seeing? And then you just kind of see what it becomes, and you realize, oh, it's a fucking spaceship taking off. And just like there's a lot of shots like that were just amazing. There's one sort of time lapse shot of people going up like 10 escalators in a row, like sped up super fast, and it's just how they like come in waves, like shot over like 6 hours of people like going up escalators, and it's just like 30 seconds of just like witnessing people go up an escalator.
I'm watching the space shuttle scene.
Okay, I thought you were like
Crazy,
playing
right?
a game or something.
No.
The sound goes off and you're like, oh
I'm
shit.
just bored. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, don't care.
Playing Temple
Are
Run
you gonna
right
watch
now.
the 2 sequels?
No, probably not.
Trilogy
It's a trilogy.
It is a trilogy.
of moving things.
But I was scrolling through the trivia before this. One of the shots they used, they got permission to use from whatever the production company was that shot this other film, The Shining. There was some shots, some landscape shots of like mountains they used that were like left over from The Shining, and they were able to use that in this movie.
like Kubrick's.
Yeah.
Shit.
Kind of interesting. Another interesting tidbit: took 6 years to shoot this movie. Baffling.
Damn.
Baffling. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's so minimalist, totally unlike
Sounds
anything
like
I've
the
ever.
definition of like minimalist.
Literally minimalist. The one thing that tied it together though was the score. The score kind of like pulls you into it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, I always like to plug this movie whenever I can. Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I feel like they had some inspiration from this movie with Tron.
You think your boys?
Yes, I feel like
Punk?
my boys, DP, that was weird. Got a little bit of inspiration score-wise for this one scene in Tron, which is in the beginning when Jeff Bridges does a voiceover of the grid, and there's sort of this like melodic score that kind of puts you in a trance in the beginning, and also visually inspired by this movie. In that scene, there's sort of an overlay of, you can see how there's an overview of like shots of streets at night, and it sort of turns into like computer like motherboard connections. There's literally shots in this movie where there's shots of streets and then like intercut with shots of like computer motherboard, like super close up shots. I just found that weird that the score was so similar, and then there's like those shots intercut.
Definitely
I was like,
a shout out.
There's definitely something here, I feel like. But I feel like the score was, like I said, was what tied it together. What really brought it to life and sort of drew you into it was this really, especially minimalist score as well, but very melodic, and it really ties in. I read also that Hans Zimmer was inspired by the score of this movie for Interstellar. But yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. And it's not trying to make a political statement or anything about the state of humanity or something. They sort of wanted to let you make of the images what you will, which I thought was interesting. 3 other shots I wanted to mention, sorry, before I give my rating. There was a shot of the stock market where sped up, but shots overlaid with each other. So there was kind of like this ghost effect of people like moving around. That shot thought looked really cool. And there was a time-lapse shot of an office, which I might have been in Chicago or LA, at nighttime, which is actually the poster of the movie, one of the posters of the movie. An office at night, and then there's a shot of in the same shot, the moon is like massive, shot like behind the office, and you just see the moon like go like this for like 30 seconds. The moon's just going behind the office. Just like absolutely beautiful shot. And there was this other weird aspect that wasn't technology or cars or people, except, well, like mass people. There were shots of just people like staring into the camera as well. Of like people thought they were shooting like photography, and people were just like would walk by and like look at the camera, and they thought they were so interesting, like the shots, like slow-mo shots of people just like walking and then just like looking at the camera and just like staring into your soul. It was like it was bizarre.
It sounds like the ultimate like hipster cinephile experience. Like
Sounds great.
It is.
Cinematography porn.
I've just been watching like clips like silently on my phone.
Yeah.
Looks
You're-
cool.
I've been
You're
playing
in.
Temple Run.
Right? And it's sort of, just to finish off, it's not just like, there's like, it doesn't just continue like one shot. There's sort of a flow to the editing, and sort of an hour into it, like sort of like 3/4 of the way in, it kind of comes to this like crescendo, like with the score. There's like a whole bunch of cuts in a row, like really fast cuts, and the score just like gets really intense, and you're just like drawn into it, like it's like crazy like montage. I don't know. It just kind of it kind of got crazy there because it starts off with a lot of like nature shots, and it sort of segues into like industry shots and stuff. I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out. Koyaanisqatsi. Check it out.
Rating?
The ultimate hipster documentary. I'm giving it
I'm out.
4 out of 5. I feel like it could be a heavy 4 actually, to be honest. But I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. I feel like if there was a narrative, or there was, although I appreciate that side that there wasn't, that it was so minimalist that it was make your own decision on it yourself. But I don't know. I can't really say anything negative about it.
It's tough because like it goes back to the age-old debate of like what was the intent of the movie. Like, is it fair to say like, well, it wasn't like enough plot or narrative?
The intent wasn't that though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
They achieved their intent. I just
right. So can you
I don't
dock
know.
them for it's like?
It's I don't know. It's just my impression of it.
Right. I agree. Like I would also feel the same way. I'd be like, can I give this a 5? And it's just like there's not even a story
Right.
or characters. It's just like cinematography porn.
It's just kind of there.
But it's very niche. It's like
Not that-
it's
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they definitely achieved their intent. The filmmakers. I don't know if it was entirely for me, but
right.
I
yeah.
still enjoyed it totally. Yeah, I just can't really give like a concrete negative because I don't really think it's fair to say, oh, they didn't have voiceover.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's fair to the movie.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna go 4. I feel like if I rewatched it, maybe it would be higher. But Adam, what was the movie that you watched this week?
This past week,
Yes, this past week.
the last movie I saw, my last scene.
Your last
In
scene.
other words,
Correct.
well, my last scene was a little something like this. After he's threatened during a confession, a good-natured priest must battle the dark forces closing in around him. Any takers on that synopsis?
Constantine starring Keanu Reeves.
I watched 2000. No, idiot. No,
I
not that.
feel like I know this.
Little flick I like to call Calvary. 2014's Calvary.
Right.
Right.
I was waiting for Tim to explode.
Did they add this to Netflix?
Yes,
week?
that's why.
That's why.
That's how I watched it.
Tell me.
Written and directed by John Michael McDonough.
Great movie.
You
Great movie,
big.
by the way.
You've seen it, Scott? Tim?
About 6 months ago.
You've seen
Oh, my boy.
it? Your
Hey,
boy.
my boy's boy.
Your boy and your boy's boy.
Seen it.
Sweetie?
No.
Starring Brendan Gleeson,
Oh.
Chris O'Dowd, Kelly Riley, Aidan Gillen from...
Littlefinger himself.
That's correct. Dylan Moran, Emmett Walsh.
Dylan Moran, what?
Oh yeah, Emmett Walsh.
Dylan Moran is in the movie.
Blade
Actor.
Runner. Blade Runner tie-in.
Emmett Walsh looking old as time itself.
That's simple. I don't remember him being in this. Is he the
Guy
bard?
Must be
He's the
90.
crazy American guy.
The American
Oh.
writer.
Yes.
And our boy here at the Upper Light Podcast, Donald Gleason. Brendan's boy.
Ty doesn't believe in that.
He's in like a 3-minute scene. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, I'm here to tell you that this movie's pretty fucking good, boys. And by pretty good, I mean this movie's great. It's one of those movies with like the high concept that just gets you the second you hear what it is. For me, anyway, I was like, "Ah, man." Opening scene, Brendan Gleeson. He's in the confession booth. He's taking a confessional from someone who says basically, when I was a child, I was raped by a Catholic priest, like every other day for however long, like years. And he's just like, well, you know, like you can go get help for that. There's someone you can tell. He's like, yeah, I could, but instead I'm going to kill a good innocent priest who's done nothing wrong. And we're going to see what happens. Ty, you in?
I'm in. Like, if you led with freaking Dylan Moore, I would have been in right away.
Right.
Yeah.
And he says basically, I'll be back to kill you in 7 days. So the movie it's one of those things where it says like Monday, and then, you know, 20 minutes of footage, and Tuesday, 20 minutes, whatever. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way to Sunday. So you're just following Brendan Gleeson through these next 7 days. Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. Didn't find out till after the movie. It's the director of The Guard. Yeah. Another great Brendan Gleeson movie. You guys seen The Guard?
The Guard's great as well.
I have not.
Ty? It's Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. This is part 2 of the director and Brendan Gleeson's Suicide Trilogy. Apparently they're working on part 3 coming.
Sick.
Calling it the Suicide Trilogy. For whatever reason. I don't know why.
That's inviting.
I guess his lead characters are like usually pretty depressed and
like,
suicidal. Brendan Gleeson just plays a tortured priest who turned to religion after his wife died. So he's just got a nice deep character. Great performance. Just he's so good at playing that like just depressed, like down on his luck, kind of like sort of a bum, right? And
but likable.
What?
But likable.
But yes, he's like. Yeah, he's a grumpy but lovable old man kind of thing. Yeah. And it's just awesome. Like, the characters are all great. He's just going through this little Irish town and, you know, bumping into, like, you get introduced to all the characters. And at first it plays just sort of like a down-home, like, warm, sort of, like, fuzzy movie. Because he's just, like, walking around, again, talking to all these characters. But I found myself like building the little mystery in my head. Like, wait a minute, one of these people is definitely the killer. So it's like it's got that element to it too. You're trying to guess like who wants to kill him. Like,
and then use the voice that you hear in the opening scene is not like an actor's voice that's actually in the movie because it keeps it as a mystery.
Right.
Like because otherwise people tell be like, oh, it's Aidan Gillen because his voice is like really unique, or it's like. So-and-so because their voice is like really unique.
I'm wondering, like, did they change their voice? Like, were they using like a disguised voice? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was trying to like pick out people's voices. Like, I was like shutting my eyes and like listening to people talk because you don't see the killer's face. I don't know if I pointed that out. Obviously, it's on the other side of the thing, of the confessional booth. I just really liked it. Chris O'Dowd, I thought was amazing.
Yeah,
he's very
probably
good.
the best thing I've seen him in.
Yeah. Like, he's obviously best well known from Bridesmaids, which he was like funny in. Yeah. But this, he was like funny, good performance. Like,
I did watch Bridesmaids recently as well.
Yeah,
I think he was pretty good in that. But definitely, I think he was fantastic in Calvary.
Did you guys ever watch The IT Crowd?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. Yes,
he was pretty good in that.
I think that's what
that was his breakout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's the star of that. Yeah, he stole the show for me. Donald, our boy, was great as like a convicted psychopath. Yeah. Brendan Gleeson goes to visit and just give a pep talk to, and he's like totally like lost his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing. I would be remiss if I didn't speak about the cinematography in this movie. One of the best honestly, gorgeous. Top 10 best looking movies I've ever seen. Gorgeous. It was an eyegasm.
Ooh.
The cinematographer of Bronson and Only God Forgives. So
I gotta rewatch this because I saw this on like DVD.
Oh, Timmy,
I need to see this in some better quality.
Try it on 1080p, bud. Gorgy. Reminded me of Macbeth. Ooh. It like has that look to it, the rolling hills and like the clouds and everything. Oh, breathtaking, just stunning.
Here's a piece of trivia for you.
Okay, hit me.
Do you know who John Michael McDonald's brother is?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I read that. It's the guy who did Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges.
Yeah, Marty McDonagh.
Yes,
Really?
This family's got some talent,
right?
Seriously?
These bros are.
Okay, so what did he do? Like this was
This guy,
Yeah,
the guard, and this movie.
and then his brother did In Bruges. The director.
Yeah, the
They're brothers.
Yeah, they're two directing brothers, the McDonagh brothers.
And he did In Bruges and
Seven Psychopaths.
I'm pretty sure those are both Spitty Five Bangs.
I love that guy as well. And then
Fire.
this guy, his brother, for me, has two great movies. The Guard. You got to see these, like The Guard and Calvary. Calvary's on
Who was in The
Netflix.
Guard?
Same lead actor, Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
You know him?
Yeah.
Him and Don Cheadle are in
Okay.
The Guard.
Mad Eye Moody.
Hilarious. He's just like a grumpy, like racist old like white cop, and he gets teamed up with this young black cop. So he has to like learn to like get along with him and stuff.
Awesome.
It's really good. Yeah, this is damn, this is tough. I will say my one negative, the ending, I thought left some to be desired. It pissed me off a little bit. Didn't love the ending. So for that, I have to give it a 4.
Pretty, yeah.
I don't know.
The ending was the
how you
ending,
feel.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, I gotta check this out.
Can't
I'm
disagree. The
so
ending
in.
was the
like,
ending.
I don't want to say too much.
I've been just like reading stuff about this movie now for like nonstop, and I'm in.
The Calvary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this is on
You're
one of
gonna
my
love it.
lists, like
Piece of shit.
best movie of 2014. Like it's on my top 10 of that year, or something. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Loved it.
Is this a Tim 5 bang?
No, it's like heavy 4.
You?
Pretty close though.
It's probably a
You
4.
scored? Yeah.
A solid 4 out of 5.
If I can if I can maybe rewatch it, wrap my head around the ending a little more, and like really understand, heavy 4.
Who was
So sorry, you're giving it a heavy 4?
No, its ceiling is a heavy 4.
Okay. So what's your rating then?
A 4 real rating. Good.
4 reels out of 5. Tyler, you had something you wanted
Yeah,
to
what part did Dylan Moran play in that? I'm going back to
He
him.
plays a what would you call it? Like the rich guy in town, basically. He's like a rich snobby douchebag.
Yeah, because that's pretty
Also
much
an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much Dylan
In
Moran.
reality,
Yeah, well, that wouldn't surprise me.
Dylan Moran's like a real life alcoholic. You mean?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Wow. Okay.
I know he's got some substance.
Yeah,
I think
just
he
throw
has
out
some
accusations.
substance
You know, that's what we do here.
issues. I know he's got some substance
Sorry,
issues.
Dylan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's, you know,
Yeah.
an addict.
I'll just tweet him specifically on this episode.
I think he's a serial killer.
I'm a huge fan of Dylan Moran, so I'm
You're allowed.
psyched with that.
Got hyped by it.
Yeah.
And The Guard. Watch both.
I will.
I'll be watching a Letterboxd to see if I
Okay,
watched.
well, they on Netflix.
Yeah,
Sold.
guys in.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on into our review of the week, and it's going to be a quick one because I am the only person who has seen this film because this movie is quite limited, but it's getting a lot of hype, and that's Manchester by the Sea, directed by Kenneth Lonergan, starring Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, Kyle Chandler, Lucas Hedges, newcomer. It's the story of an uncle who has to move to live with his nephew after his nephew's father, aka his brother, has passed away. Spoiler. It happens quite early on.
Movie ruined.
That happens in the trailer, I think.
Movie ruined. It does happen in the trailer.
Trailer.
If you didn't realize that Kyle Chandler was going to die in this movie, then
You've never heard of this
you
movie.
don't. You didn't know what you were getting yourself into. Well, I'm here to tell you, this movie is fantastic.
Oh,
Yes.
It is great.
The hype is real.
The hype is real,
I'm pretty hype.
for reasons that I don't know. It's surprising because what makes this movie great is that it doesn't devolve into the typical trappings of a movie like this that you would think would happen. You know, those moments where the characters like break and they just explode in emotions and they have that emotional like climax in the movie and you're like, I feel for you, I feel in my heart the emotion. That doesn't really happen in this movie. There are moments like
I
that.
want that though, don't I?
Maybe.
But
You said that before about a movie that was really good, and you're like, no, it wasn't that great because it didn't have like that
emotional gut.
punch me in the gut.
Yeah.
Big emotional scene.
Here's
my rebuttal.
like that.
Because that's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those emotional outbursts, like that Hollywood, like Disney thing that happens in movies.
Like Sean Penn yelling in Mystic River.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
that's
not
my favorite
like
part
a really
of that
real
movie.
reaction.
That's not a real thing.
You mean like is that
my
my
daughter there?
And that's my favorite part of that movie.
No.
I'm not kidding.
Like real people don't do that.
I hate that.
And that's what amazed me most about this movie was how real it felt. Like this movie was over 2 hours long, but I just wanted to follow these characters. These they felt like real people, and just follow them for another 2 hours and just experience life with them, because that's how real this movie felt. It's kind of along the lines of not the same narrative or subject matter or anything, but Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, those movies.
Really?
And how the dialogue just felt super real, and the characters just felt super real. That's I feel like the main thing to get out of this is that how realistic it felt, and obviously the acting is next level. Casey Affleck, I believe the hype, and the reason is because it was his performance was quite understated, but that's what makes his character, that's what makes his performance so good, is that it was so understated, and when you start learning things, because in the beginning of the movie he's pretty much an asshole, and I'm like, why do I care? And then you start to realize when certain things are revealed in the film, which I won't spoil, I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand why you act that way, and I think those sort of, there were some flashbacks in the movie, and I think those were done really well, but just the way that it sort of added to his character, it was kind of that peeling back the layers, of the character. Mm-hmm. He starts out a certain way, being kind of an ass, and then you start to realize through the flashbacks why he's sort of become that way, and why sort of reasons for some of his motivations, I guess, and why he acts a certain way. I just think it was fantastic, and those flashbacks were pretty emotional, a little misty-eyed at certain points, I will say. And there was one really fantastic scene which you kind of showed in the trailer, which was Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams.
Yes,
talking.
I'm most hyped.
That
for
scene
part.
was
That's what I want.
That scene was pretty great.
I want to feel. I want to cry.
Pretty great.
Sweaty night.
I won't say what happens, but yeah, it's pretty good. And Michelle Williams, who for some reason is getting Oscar buzz for her performance.
For some reason, ruthless.
Baffling. I think she was fantastic, but she was only in the movie for 10 minutes.
Well, not only is she getting Oscar buzz, she's won multiple awards already from the critic circles, LA and New York.
I think she's fantastic in it.
One of them.
She's great in it. I don't. Such a short amount of screen time.
Is she best supporting worthy? Or even is that too much? Is that what she's?
I believe it was LA. Gave her best actress. The LA Critics Circle.
That's insane. To have 10 to 15 minutes
best
of screen
actress.
Time.
See that's crazy.
That's a slap in the face.
Anthony Hopkins effect right there.
Well, Anne Hathaway won for 5 minutes of screen time in Les Mis.
Oh, that's true.
For best actress,
supporting.
Yeah, that was it.
See that I'm okay with. Supporting, because she was a supporting character.
I think she was supporting that year. I think maybe not.
Well, it was 5 minutes, the shortest anyone's ever appeared on screen and
really?
won an Oscar. Yeah,
I remember
one
that,
song
actually.
she sang.
She had a close up,
the length of a song,
and that was it.
That's the only scene.
Apparently,
shit, I gotta see that movie.
Have you seen it?
Dude.
No,
it's pretty good actually.
Heard good things.
I won't say what happens to her.
So can I ask how the writing is?
What?
She croaks.
Everyone dies.
Yeah.
Literally everyone dies.
How's the writing, bud? Because I'm looking at this writer and it is fucking wild, his resume. Can I just tell you the resume first?
Well, I already mentioned that it felt super realistic.
Okay.
Like, the writing was great in this film.
What else has he done?
Analyze this.
Analyze
I
that.
haven't seen it. Heard it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Ooh,
Fire.
The movie with Robert De Niro.
Yeah, it's great. Okay,
Fire.
continue. Flawless so far.
Gangs of New York.
Wow.
And then
This is the director, sorry?
He hasn't written anything since 2002.
Okay, one movie called Margaret that I've never heard of.
Okay.
In 2011.
Baffling.
But other than that...
But he did Gangs in New York.
It's Gangs of New York,
Oh, what's this?
14 years ago, and then this. And like a VOD, like nothing movie called Margaret.
Wow.
Interesting.
Crazy.
This is the director you're talking about, sorry?
The director and writer, yeah. Same guy.
Kenneth Lonergan.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
By the way, she did win for Best Supporting.
Who?
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
I would feel like it would be a disservice if she was nominated. It would be unfair to the other nominees of Best Actress.
Who were on
She's nominated.
screen for like, say,
See,
more
Best Supporting,
than
I
12.
get.
That's so
Is she
funny.
the only lead? Is she the only female in the movie? Really?
No, but there's another female that has equal amount of screen time. That
Because I don't know how they
It's
judge
not.
it. I don't know if they judge it just by time or also by like
It's not
the
like-
character's
Oh.
status in the
Relevance.
movie.
Right.
Like Anthony Hopkins is only in it for like 15 minutes, but when you think of Silence of the Lambs, you think of Hannibal Lecter.
So let me ask
But
you
he won for
this.
Best Lead Actor.
If she won Best Supporting Actress, would you have been okay with it?
yeah, I think she is fantastic in the movie.
Okay. Because I could be wrong. She might have won Best Supporting. I honestly don't remember it. I'll check. But
I think she was
like, is
great.
there-
But it's just I found it interesting that there was this buzz for her before I went into the movie, and then I'm like, she was only for 10 minutes. But I digress. She was great in it. As well as Lucas Hedges, newcomer. I don't know what else he's done, but it's the nephew.
I got a little one for you there. He's going to be appearing in Martin McDonagh's newest film, along with Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson,
What?
John Hawkes, Peter Dinklage,
Oh.
Francis McDormand.
Get
I
hype.
just started reading it. It looks
What
great.
movie is this?
The Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, 2017.
I've been waiting.
Fire
It's a
whoever
crime
came
movie
up with
about
that
a
name.
mother who's upset because her daughter's murder hasn't been solved in the last year. Woody Harrelson plays like a sheriff. Sam Rockwell plays like a deputy that's
Who's directing
a
that?
little violent. Martin McDonough. Written and director.
So hype.
Lucas Hedges is in it.
Yeah.
I've been waiting
I
for
know.
that guy.
But yeah, he was great. Believable, very believable performance.
She won Best Supporting.
Okay, that I get. I understand that. But yeah, he was great as Patrick, the nephew. Really, everyone just felt real, and like I said, relatable, realistic, and that I feel like is the main draw of this movie.
Sorry, did you guys say that was a tie-in? You guys noticed that?
I'm sorry.
He's the same guy who directed the director of the Three Billboards. It's the same guy who wrote and directed the Seven Psychopaths in
Yes,
Rouge.
that's why I mentioned
Okay, I wasn't sure. Glad we're all on the same page
Just
here.
glad we cleared that up.
Yes.
And the
yes.
last
Edit that
horse
out.
crosses the finish line.
Tim, put a little marker. Just
Yeah.
cut that right out.
Circle that bit.
Cut him
I
right
can't
out.
do that.
Perfect.
Cut that out there.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I understand why it's getting that kind of hype. I feel like it's this year's like spotlight type movie where it's just super like realistic, like believable. That's one main thing about Spotlight for me. It was that it just felt like real. You know what I mean?
Scott, I have one question for you, bud.
What's that?
Let's cut around the bullshit, gentlemen. Is Casey Affleck going to win the Academy Award this year for Best Actor?
Call it right now.
I don't want any. We'll wait and see when the movie comes out.
I already saw the movie. So
Right.
There's no more waiting.
We'll wait and see when the Oscar come out.
I'm trying to think of who else is kind of getting buzz right now. Besides Gosling, La La Land. We'll have to wait and see for that. For that movie to come out.
You did it. You did it.
I can't believe you snuck that in there.
But he's definitely the front runner, right? And I mean, like, I feel like
Not hearing
It's
a
about
yes or
time.
no.
I think it's about time that
He'll be 2-time Oscar nominee after this year.
devastating.
One-time winner.
So you don't think he'll?
No, I'm just saying he'll be nominated again this year.
What was his other nomination?
Only a little movie called The Assassination of Jesse James by the Carrie Robert Ford.
Never heard of
That's
it.
supporting, which is baffling because he's the lead in that movie, but whatever.
I'm actually shocked he didn't get nominated for Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, he was very good in that movie.
Devastating. Definitely the best I've seen since that movie.
Okay,
of
so
Casey Affleck.
Tom Hanks, Sully, Denzel Washington, Fences, Joel Edgerton, Loving, Ryan Gosling, La La Land. Those are a few names that are getting the most buzz.
Okay. Decent.
I would love for Casey Affleck to win. Not having seen, I feel like some of those other performances are more like the Tom Hanks Sully thing is like the like.
Yeah.
We
know
know
it's
what
there
that
'cause
one
it's
is.
there, but
Oh, we know what that
Typical
one is.
bullshit.
It's called the bullshit.
Right, the Oscar
year.
bait bullshit.
The one
role.
bullshit role per year. Yeah.
Denzel, I feel like could contend for sure.
If that trailer's any indication,
He's ready to
he
contend
thinks
for
he'll
sure.
be contending.
And Gosling, I feel like between those three, Denzel, Gosling, and Casey Affleck, I feel like it's a 3-way battle. Actually, I'd probably cut out Gosling. To be honest, I feel like
because I haven't heard much about like performances in La La Land. I've heard the movie's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel
but,
like Emma Stone is a front runner from as far as performance wise from that movie. I think Ryan Gosling's probably going to be great in it. But I feel like she maybe gave her a better performance or more.
Also,
I'm not sure. She's getting more buzz.
Andrew Garfield's Silence. Maybe swap Gosling out with him. He was on.
I would, if anything, get rid of Tom Hanks, but
Well, that won't happen.
That's not.
That's not an option.
Any amount of money Tom Hanks is getting nominated.
Tom Hanks. You can get rid of Tom Hanks.
I mean, he dyed his hair white, folks. Come on.
Yeah.
He earns it.
Hello.
He grew a mustache, guys.
Just like Leo ate that real like animal's heart.
Yeah.
Tom dyed his hair.
Yeah. So they all make sacrifices. You know, they all have to do things they don't want to do.
We all do.
And I feel like that's what's going to get him the Oscar.
What would you do if Tom Hanks won over Casey Affleck?
I won't repeat that on air. But yeah, I feel like it would just be a nice win if Casey Affleck won because his performance isn't that like flashy Oscar baity role, but it's just a fantastic realistic performance that is really draws you in. I don't know. I don't know. It
To be
feels
fair, he did win LA and New York Critics' Choice for Best Actor.
Well, yeah, look at last year.
So
Like last year, Spotlight took home Best Picture.
it's not that flashy film like Spotlight.
Yeah.
It's not
So it's
that
could
typical film to win.
Yeah.
But it's extremely well made.
Yeah.
And a fantastic performance from Casey Affleck, while it's more understated, would be a great win.
Well, I think that one of the reasons that Spotlight did so well is because it had a great ensemble. Right. And so that kind of drew in a lot of people, and I think that's what really got it its buzz. Like, it kind of drew people like this. I have no interest in seeing. Flat out, it looks like, it's okay. If we had to see it, I would, but... And that's really what it's about. That's how you're going to get people there.
That's straight up ruthless.
Well, I'm being honest, guys. You guys know this. This is no surprise to any of you.
It's no surprise to me.
We've been on this train for 74 weeks. None of our listeners are surprised.
Well, I'm going to give Manchester by the Sea 4 out of 5.
Wow.
A solid 4 to 5.
4-banger.
4-banger.
If you will.
Is that the new expression?
If you will.
4-banger?
Yeah.
Okay.
The highlight, like I've said multiple times now, realism, acting, the writing of it. Great cinematography as well. I can.
It did look like the color
great.
scheme looked beautiful. Like
It's a great looking movie.
It has won a couple screenplay awards also at the Critics Awards.
Script definitely a strong point. And it just makes you want to just keep watching these people. They feel like real people, you know.
I'm in.
And the performance is fantastic. So solid 4 to 5 for me. It does kind of, I guess, negative as far as why it's not higher for me. It does kind of like drag a little bit in the beginning, like half, to kind of get going a bit.
You mentioned it was 2 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah,
seems lengthy.
That seems long. I was thinking 90 to be honest.
Yeah.
For the material is, it's not.
I feel like if they edited some of the earlier stuff out and just give me more of the stuff near the end and just keep going, like I would have preferred that more. So it does kind of drag a little bit in the beginning, and kind of that selfishness of I want it to keep going. Yeah, it's kind of a negative for me. Like I want to just keep knowing what's going on with this story, but it just kind of like ends. You know what I mean? And but I understand why they ended it there, and I appreciate that, and I understand it. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's hard to sort of quantify why. I just want more.
I remain excited to see it.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Definitely getting a ton of buzz. So let's move on into our news topics then. That out of the way. Bunch of trailers to talk about.
Oh,
along the same lines as Manchester by the Sea, we're gonna talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. Super similar. Adam is in, apparently.
I'm in.
What are your thoughts on not the full teaser? I guess it's still kind of a teaser trailer. They're not revealing a heck of a lot, but the first full-ish length trailer that we're going to get, that we've gotten for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Well,
what are your thoughts, Adam?
Let's see. I love when they use one scene as basically a full trailer, and pretty sure they do that in this movie, or this trailer, I mean. So,
wrong?
Mostly, I'd say that a big chunk of it is that one scene. There are other cuts, though.
Loved it.
James Gunn has said that most of that trailer is from like the first part of the movie.
Amazing.
Love that.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me fucking thrilled. I think it looks perfect.
And that they were going to keep a lot of it, like a lot of mystery still going into it. They weren't revealing it.
That just like boosted my opinion of the trailer even more. I love it. I love when trailers don't reveal plot. Yeah. Thank you. Beep boop.
And I love that it wasn't just like a straight copy of the first one. Like it would have been easy just to put like, I mean they have like a throwback song in this, but it's not like in your face like the first trailer was.
The word you're looking for is perfect, Tim.
Yes.
It is familiar yet innovates.
Yeah. Not like Suicide Squad that like just like copied
yeah.
Guardians trailer. This was like, no, it's our sequel to Guardians, but we'll do it a little differently because we're going to treat the movie a little bit differently.
It's not the same movie. It's a different movie.
Baby Groot looks hilarious. Can't wait.
Baby Groot is
like him screaming at the guy while running down the platform.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Little Tim's bits there.
I think he's cute, but he's angry.
Yeah.
So Tim's in, Adam's in, Ty?
That looks perfect.
How could you not be in, Ty?
Ty, don't even speak. He's in.
Ty's in.
You guys know.
You could barely contain yourself while watching the trailer in front of us.
Like I was like Baby Groot.
Tyler took his pants off.
I did.
Viewing of this trailer.
I did. Like it was just so amazing. I'm like, I have to view this without pants. And this movie is just the trailer is just so incredible. This looks amazing. This looks like they like James Gunn didn't skip. I almost said Tim Gunn. James Gunn, like he didn't skip Tim Gunn. You know what's that?
No,
he's the stylist there. Anyways, James Gunn did not like. It looks like he didn't skip a beat here. Like it looks like the movie is just exactly what we need. It's perfect. It's like an excellent continuation from the first movie, except like it's a brand new movie. It's just perfect.
I could see it being better. Dare I say? Like it looks.
Now that we've been introduced to these characters already, you understand.
Like when you say like sequels, like they took what was good about the first one and they improved on it,
amplified it almost.
That's what this looks like. I thought it would be more like samey,
mm-hmm.
but he's like changed it just enough, but not to the point where it's like too much. It's still what we love about the first one, but so much new freshness to it. Yeah. It's perfect. Scott.
Like we saw a bit of it, like
the P word.
We saw a little bit of it when we saw Star-Lord was amazing. Baby Groot was hilarious. Drax was hilarious in this. Even in the teaser, the one we saw earlier, he was great in it. Rocket was fantastic. Like the only thing we didn't see was Gamora, but like,
well, we saw her.
Yeah, we didn't see much of her, but like, fuck, I'm not worried about this at all. I'm hoping there's like this like. The one thing that I loved about the movie the most was the soundtrack. The soundtrack to me was like the best part of this movie.
Awesome.
The first one, or
the first one. And so I'm praying they didn't lose any of that. Like they don't use the same songs.
He's got a second take.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
there's no way they're using the same song.
I know, and so like, I want them to use this, like the Volume 2 tape, but I want it to be as big of a the soundtrack to be as big as a part of the movie as it was the first one.
Well, Disney can afford any
song they want.
Any song that they want, they can afford.
Like I bought the first soundtrack on vinyl, and I'm hoping that I do the same for this one.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Amazing.
Emily
soundtrack.
had it in the car.
Yeah.
Listen to it all the time.
I have it as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in. I think this. You guys kind of mentioned most of everything.
Mm-hmm.
This trailer's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
This movie's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know he's holding back. You know he's just waiting. He's only showing little tidbits.
We haven't seen Ego, The Living Planet. We haven't seen Stallone's character.
Oh,
Stallone? Oh, I remember that. Right. Yeah.
We haven't seen. I'm blanking on her name. I always forget her name.
Nebula.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Kurt Russell. We haven't seen Kurt Russell yet.
We've not seen. Well,
Ego.
right.
Oh, sorry, is Ego right?
Well, yeah.
Is that confirmed?
No, I don't think it was ever confirmed.
He's playing Ego, The Living Planet. Now, James Gunn has said that he won't be a planet with a face, but I think that's a little bit of a
misdirect.
I think.
J.J. Abrams smokescreen.
Yeah, I think so. Because why would you not take advantage? Like, how could you have a character?
What would he be?
Like
then?
Ego. Apparently, he takes like a human form. But I'm thinking maybe the planet just takes a human form at one point. I want to see giant planet with.
That's what I was picturing. Like Kurt Russell's like mocap face in a giant planet.
Yeah,
is what I
want.
want.
Don't you guys remember in the first Guardians where that kind of like base was like inside?
It was inside a giant skull, so it's not like it's unprecedented. It's not like it's gonna weird out.
Yeah,
This be like,
I'm out.
No, this is too far for me.
No,
don't.
Not Kurt.
No,
there's like a talking raccoon and like crazy shit.
The tree was fine, but talking planet, no.
I do want to like just point out. I just love Drax. I'm sorry, literally, he just kills me.
To me.
You must be so embarrassed. Like, he's just like,
I don't know why.
It's amazing.
So awesome. Like Dave Bautista just nails
no
that.
filter in that character.
He just cracks me up. I'm sorry. I have
green horse, my friend.
I just love it. Yeah, like you said, no filter, which is why I want to talk in real
I love
life.
that they're like assimilating him into like human, like but he's still like
he's picking up like human mannerisms, but it's still him.
And I believe her name's Mantis. Is that right?
Yeah.
We get to see Mantis for the first time, which she looks like there's a lot of comedic potential there for sure in her character because she can read people's minds basically.
Something like
their emotions, I guess.
Yeah, which I just can't wait until she touches Drax.
Yeah,
and
then
because he's like, do me, next. I just. There's another zinger there.
I think she's gonna go around the room.
It's gonna progress, and it's just gonna. I feel like we only just saw the beginning of a probably absolutely hilarious.
What a great scene will be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm expecting from this movie. Is there was so much unexpected funny scenes in the first one that we didn't see in the trailers. I just cannot wait for the rest of this movie.
I was listening to the Weekly Planet today, and they mentioned. A little observation is that Baby Groot's wearing a little Star-Lord
Star-Lord costume.
So the theory is that Baby Groot is better friends with Star-Lord than he is Rocket, and Rocket's peeved about it. Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing. Rocket's my favorite character. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't even pick a favorite character. They're all just.
James Gunn apparently teased more into the backstory of Rocket. It's gonna be a lot more dark and sad.
He was tortured.
He's the Frankenstein of the crew.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm in.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, we'll.
My boy B. Cooper.
We'll.
Have
to see. When the movie comes out. But
we'll wait to see.
Honestly, it couldn't come soon enough.
Looks like shit.
Yeah, garbage.
Moving on.
Next.
Let's move on into our next trailer, though. A little film called The Mummy. Starring our boy TC and some other people. Including Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Sophia
Vergara.
Boutella.
Oh, sure.
I believe is how you say her name. I could be wrong. Among several others.
Like Nutella, but Nutella.
Right.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Chocolate.
No.
I wish.
Rachel Weisz.
No? Fraser is not in this film.
Really?
He's in the better Mummy movie.
That's correct.
Oof. Okay, diving into that.
Maybe Johnny Depp.
Oh. Ooh. Maybe we just didn't see him.
Well.
Yeah. Maybe he was in this trailer and we just didn't see him.
Invisible Man.
Imagine Easter egg. It's just a screenshot of nothing. That's Johnny Depp.
just him wearing glasses and a top hat. It's just the fedora in the background. Just Johnny Depp. Oh, guys, you got me so excited right now.
Tyler, what are your thoughts on this trailer for The Mummy?
I will tell you, Scott. It was pretty good.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be. I was pretty jacked up for it. I love the Mummy movies.
You love what?
I love the Mummy movies, the originals. I thought they were amazing.
I don't remember them.
Oh, definitely rewatch. Not
When I was
the
a
third one.
kid,
Skip
I
the
liked
third
Big
one.
part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Never saw the third.
Had toys and stuff.
Don't watch it. Do not watch it. It'll
Won't.
ruin everything. Don't watch it.
I remember we had this on
That's
episode
the-
1 discussion.
Emperor?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Recast Rachel
Saw that
Weisz.
in theaters.
Yeah. With what's her face? I don't give a
Maria
shit.
Bello.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Fuck
Yeah.
Tim, very passionate about that.
Yeah, the trailer was good.
Mm.
I think I might have amped it up too much in my head. I think the Mummy movies, Tom Cruise.
Did Tom Cruise ride an actual crashing plane into the ground? Is what I need to know.
Fun fact: they actually did a vomit comet. They actually got one. That entire
Sorry?
scene where they're all flying around. That's all real.
A vomit comet?
Yeah, the vomit
What the fuck
comet's
is
that
that?
scene where it's like the
plane
biggest
that they used to simulate zero G's. Right?
zero gravity, and then but everyone throws up in it. Like there were like
Not everyone throws up. There's a higher chance.
is that like people who were
Tom
filming
Cruise is not a human being.
people
though.
who were filming that shot
He's an alien.
threw up. Like
amazing.
crew members who were there threw up during this
Yeah,
scene.
I believe it.
I figured when the second I saw the zero G scene, I'm like, Tom Cruise did that.
Yeah, that was they
100%.
used that.
That's probably how they got him to sign on to the movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
So,
only
like, here's
if I
the
can-
script. Opening scene is like plane falling in zero G's. Like, you guys are actually doing that, right? Because I'm in.
if
I'm
not,
out.
push the script because I'm not doing it. But yeah, like he insisted on using
course
the
he
vomit
did.
comment for it.
Guy's a beauty.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it looks very good. I'm hoping that like with the new trailer, it might give us a little more because I didn't feel like there was a whole lot in this that kind of showed what was really going on. I want to see more. Like a lot of really cool shots, not a lot there for me though. I want to see more.
Interesting.
I'm gonna jump in next.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This movie does not look good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that right now.
Ty's non-reaction is amazing.
I feel for Universal
Okay.
because they're trying to set up a universe
So keep trying.
for
Strike two.
movies, and didn't work so well with Dracula Untold.
Did you hear the director came out this week?
Not canon.
Not canon. Pretending
Confirming.
it never was.
Confirming it's not canon. I think the stunts look interesting, like exciting, stunt work for sure. But good stunt work, a good movie does not make.
No.
I don't know. Sofia Boutella as the Mummy. I'm out.
Really?
It looks rough. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm not in. The story feels like weak to me. I don't know.
I think we
just
haven't seen
not
enough.
excited.
We haven't seen enough yet to know.
It feels thin. Like her motivations to go full like apocalypse mode.
Yeah.
Like full Oscar Isaac. I don't know. I'm hoping for more story, more interesting backstory here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm out. Totally out.
Okay.
Tim, what are your thoughts?
That plane scene looks cool and very cool.
That's
Dad
it.
zero G.
Zero GTC. That's why they call
And then
him.
it fall off the rails pretty quick after that.
Mm.
He becomes a superhero where somehow he like survives like going
Can
through
we talk about that?
bus window. Like,
Yeah.
what is up with that? Like, it's just so
Rolling?
weird because
He should've
Tom
been
Cruise
killed.
goes and does like this real scene where he's like in zero G and he's like, all right, for our next shot, you're gonna be standing on a green screen and there's gonna be a bus coming at you. You just pretend to like duck and roll
Through the window.
through it.
How about for every shot after?
Yeah.
Well,
Hollywood still hasn't mastered 3D sand.
sand. Yeah.
Although it looked great in The Mummy with the big face coming out of it, just saying.
Yeah. Somehow they do
Or
that.
Ridge,
Did it,
1999.
though?
In hindsight, looked pretty bad, but
Yeah.
at the time looked amazing.
Looks great. Shut up.
When you're 10, maybe.
Right, Ty?
Right, yeah.
You're
Totally.
going back on this.
Shut the
Back
fuck
him
up.
dude.
Those first two movies are great.
Yeah, they were amazing. Shut up.
Sand is hard. Sand is so hard. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to make it look realistic.
Sand, water, fire. Is that all these pieces
Water's
have to
getting
be
there.
moving.
Water's looking
Yeah.
really
Water's
good.
Water's
water's
there.
there.
Fire's still kind
Water's
of
there.
rough.
Water's there.
The best fire scene on screen so far is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Balrog. I was like, that looks
Fire.
legit.
Funny, like the I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Shit, got it. Never mind. The scene where he gets
So much just happened there.
I'm getting my mind.
Who said it? Shit.
The part where he gets hit by the bus but doesn't get hit by the bus.
Mhm.
I have a theory about that. When he's in the plane and it crashes, he doesn't die. Right, he comes back to life.
So he's a superhero.
He's a superhero. Like this is what's happened.
Do not like that. Is he Van Helsing now? That's the theory.
That is the question.
Well, they actually
Is he
changed his
Van
name.
Helsing?
In the originally, he was named Tyler Colt, which I was pretty excited about because there's like no Tylers in movies. Like there's Tyler Durden, and that's it.
There's also Tim's, but they're always stuck in the bottom of wells and stuff.
Yeah.
The
Heyo!
only
And now he's
Tyler's
like,
a psycho.
and like I checked his name again, and now it's like Nick Morgan. So they changed his name for some reason.
Smokescreen.
So generic.
Definitely Van Helsing.
Yeah. So like I'm not sure what that's all about. So that really pissed me off. But yeah,
His,
so I'm
his
not sure.
code name is Van Helsing.
Yeah, exactly
Or
right.
something. Like there's gonna be some like
Yeah.
some
He'd be like
way.
Agent like Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get Tom Cruise.
Like Vance Elsing or something like that.
Yeah, you don't get Tom Cruise
Yeah.
playing Nick
Vance
Morgan.
Elsing.
Vance Elsing.
It's like you don't get Benedict Cumberbatch to not
I'll
play
jump
Khan.
in.
Yeah, right. Like.
Movie looks like shit, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said it.
Zero G scene is
Yikes.
cool, but don't give a fuck.
Probably be the opening scene in the movie, I think.
And then I'll leave.
Just like Mission Impossible. It would be the best
Yeah.
scene is the opening plane scene.
Speaking of Mission Impossible, can we mention the elephant in the room? Like, literally,
MI6, The Mummy.
right?
Yeah.
Like literally, from the last Mission Impossible, like they had a plane scene where he's like hanging off a plane. They had an underwater scene. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed
Swimming
that.
underwater. Well, I'm sure he held his breath for like 5
10
minutes,
minutes.
like the last movie, to do that for real.
Mission Impossible 4, they had a giant sandstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just it
Slightly
just
better, but still
All of his
bad.
greatest hits.
literally it feels like a repeat of his greatest hits. Yeah, and I just
When you do
with
like,
with the mummy, with the like really bad looking mummy, which
Yeah, I second that. She looks terrible. Like, is that a mummy? Like white
sure.
makeup with like.
Plus, Mummy in
Not
like, modern
too
day
much.
just doesn't look right. Like, it fits so well in like the Mummy movie, like the
Yeah.
1999 one, because it's like the 30s.
yeah.
Like aesthetically,
setting.
just like
Yeah.
the Mummy actually seems like it would be a threat. It doesn't seem like it'd be a threat in modern day.
Well, here like she'd be considered a zombie in modern day.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be
Like
considered
just get the
a mummy.
SWAT sniper to just sniper in the head.
Yeah.
Like what's the like you don't need. It's just,
I was
you're right.
almost-
It doesn't seem like a threat. This does not seem threatening.
Well, I was
But
gonna say like she seems overpowered. She can just command sandstorms. Like, think about how much like, she can like level cities with sandstorms.
also, they were mentioning that this movie is going to be scary. Like it's going to scare the heck out of you.
That's what pisses me off.
I'm baffled because the one thing that I loved about the original Mummy movie was how like when I was like we were young when this movie came out,
Yeah.
youngish.
Tim was like
We're probably
pretty-
pissed off a bunch of people by saying original, because it's not.
Yeah, the
It's like the-
original Mummy movie.
Yeah,
But the newest
you guys
original
know what
one,
we're talking about.
Yeah.
1999.
Yeah, 1999.
That movie has some scary scenes.
So I was 8. There was some scary, like especially with the Mummy.
When I was 9.
I mean, they did like CG of him like kind of like decayed
Half-formed,
and
or
like
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Or when he eats that guy's eyes and eyes and tongue out, and the guy turns around, he's got no eyes.
No
and
eyes?
He's just like,
Oh.
Super,
Oh,
super terrifying.
You just brought me back.
Please forgive me.
That I
oh my
Thank you.
god, that scared me.
literally that haunted my dreams as a child because
Yeah.
I was I guess 8 when this movie came out. I don't know. I don't think
I was
I'm
45.
Yeah.
Tim was about 40. Yeah, 45.
40, 45.
If we do math, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get that from her. I don't get that
No.
that freaky kind of terrifying.
Do you guys know this director's resume?
Do we want to know his director's resume?
It's long. He's a writer.
Okay.
This is his directorial debut.
Oh.
Perfect.
See what he's written.
He's written The Island, Michael Bay's The
Alright,
Island,
first half is great, yeah.
Tie-in.
The Legend of Zorro, 2005.
Oof. Okay.
Didn't know there's a Zorro movie that new. Mission
Oh, yeah.
Impossible 3, my favorite of the franchise. Fuck me.
Is it the John Woo one?
No, that's
No,
the J.J.
It's
Abrams.
the good one. Transformers
Which one?
1.
Oof. Wow.
Nice.
Star Trek, the reboot, 2009.
Wow, okay.
Jesus.
Transformers 2,
Okay.
top 5 worst movie of all time
Does
for
he have
me.
story credit or written by?
Screenplay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No comeback from that one.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh boy.
No comeback from that.
Fantastic.
Co-created and wrote every episode of Fringe.
Okay, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
really
back
know.
in,
Heard
back
good
in,
things
back in.
about Fringe.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Sick.
Okay.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Ooh.
I'm out.
And yeah.
Quite a
And now
varied
this
resume.
movie. So very up and down.
Some hits, some
Weekly Planet
swings
talks
and a
about
miss.
this guy.
When he misses hard.
Yeah. But when he hits hard though.
Weekly Planet always talks about this guy.
Oh, is this the Destiny guy or the Magic Blood guy? This is the Magic Blood guy.
The guy who goes on the forums and argues with fans about Star Trek, about his Star Trek movies. You guys know about this?
Yeah.
No,
he got destroyed for Star Trek Into Darkness, so he hopped on the forums and was going at. He used
fans. A pseudonym, an account.
I'm way more qualified than you to speak about Star Trek. I've seen every episode of the original series. What have you seen? These are quotes. He literally did this.
Good for him.
Cringe-inducing.
Good for him.
Wow.
And he also has Magic Blood in 3 of his movies.
Yeah, he reuses that same.
Oh yeah,
trope. He's not dead because we found this magic blood. Like Tim said, and I think in Fringe, the show.
Transformers. These
happens a lot. Transformers
Into
character
Darkness.
dies and goes to robot heaven and then comes back.
Right.
Into Darkness. They use it to bring back.
Darkness.
And then whatever the third one.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just one of the sloppiest stories I've ever seen.
That one I kind of would give him a break because I feel like there was a lot of studio interference there.
I mean, they cut out Shailene Woodley's whole character.
True.
Gone.
Yeah, I want to know.
That one I kind of give him a break.
Mary Jane.
Was she what? No.
I'm pretty sure she was supposed to be Mary Jane.
Oh, totally, 100%.
Confirmed.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, not anymore.
Fantastic that we didn't see
her. Yeah.
So yeah, The Mummy. I don't know.
Looks like shit.
We'll,
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Wait and see, I guess.
It looks great.
I'm in. Fuck it.
Let's move on into another film.
Glowing praise.
Some of you with your memory banks might be able to shed some light on who directed this, but starring Emma Watson and John Boyega and Tom Hanks, a movie called The Circle, about Emma Watson's character sort of joining this company, which is kind of like an amalgamation of Facebook and Google, and kind of runs social media and internet and stuff. And I guess there's a conspiracy perhaps happening behind the scenes, but you guys figure it out.
Now,
your jaw has fallen to the floor.
Now I know why I've heard of this movie. The director did my movie, The Spectacular Now, with my boy Miles Teller.
Oh.
Fantastic flick. Also,
What's his name?
End of the Tour,
Which I've heard is good.
which I've heard is very good. James Ponsoldt.
Okay, interesting. Based on a best-selling novel, as it says in the trailer, The Circle. I'm gonna start off.
That guy also wrote the Hologram for the King, the novel, not the movie.
Well,
I heard the novel.
But he did write the screenplay for Where the Wild Things Are, which is a great movie.
Very interesting.
Dare I say it?
I think The Circle looks okay.
Savage.
I feel like it really is going to hinge on the twist, which I feel like there is definitely an obvious twist here. That the company is secretly spying on humanity, and there's some secret conspiracy going on. I don't know. I feel like it's going to hinge on how that is revealed and how that is dealt with in the film. But overall, I'm interested. I'm always interested to see what Emma Watson's doing post Harry Potter. I feel like all of those actors who were in those films are sort of judged super heavily.
Yeah.
Rupert Grint's done nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
He now lives in an ice cream truck.
Sells ice cream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always interested to see her, see what she does, as well as John Boyega post Star Wars. Tom Hanks looks interesting as well, perhaps playing a more of an antagonist. Perhaps we'll see.
I think he's playing more of a role than in his last movie.
More of a role, yes. He's eaten a couple more roles. Ty, what are your thoughts on The Circle?
It looks interesting. It feels it feels similar to him. It feels like something we've seen before. I can't put my finger
Feels
on
derivative.
it. Yeah,
It was kind of like the opening scene of Ex Machina.
Yep.
Or is that this
right? Yeah.
computer with screens going up,
Her or something like that.
Yeah. What's this movie where they they're everything's seen, everything's watched, but it's the greater good. I can't remember what it's.
1984.
Is that what it's called? Is that the movie is, or is that?
No,
it's a movie.
It's also a film I saw last year, or earlier this year.
It'd be a sweetie movie
starring Kristen Stewart and
that's probably it.
What's his name from Mad Max? I'm blanking.
No idea. I think I know what you're talking about.
They have no emotions.
Yeah.
It's like a dystopian future.
Yeah, because she was perfect for that roll up and made
Nicholas
that choice.
Hoult.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Kind of got that vibe mixed with like the interns or whatever, that stupid comedy movie from a couple years back.
Yeah,
the intern at Google and like.
Oof, watch that on plane. That was great.
Atrocious movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks like it could be a decent movie. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't really haven't really formed an opinion on it yet because it didn't really seem like there was much of an opinion to be formed with this movie yet. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Oh,
you're still on the fence.
I am.
You're sitting on that fence, not sure which side to.
Yeah, which side to jump off of. Hopefully it's a high fence if it's a bad
as long
movie.
as it's really high.
Yeah, that's really it. I'm down to see Emma Watson. I think that she's a fantastic actress. I want to see her in more.
She's got an American accent, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is American.
Notice it that much?
But hopefully it's good. Like she seems to be, she's picking her roles very carefully. I'm excited for this. Adam,
what are your thoughts?
I think it looks pretty good. I'm not hype.
Not much to say.
But I like that it's original. It's like a sequel or a prequel. It's exciting, and I don't know. I think it could be good. Like I was fucking name up Watson.
Yeah. It's a very hard
Emma
name.
Watson. Love John Boyega. Love Tom Hanks. Should be good.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of that Ex Mach in that sort of vein. I was gonna call it an original sci-fi. Is it science fiction? Or is it just?
I don't think it's sci-fi.
It's like there's kind of. I feel like there's a genre.
Yeah, it's like near future.
Like its own genre now. It's like
it's my favorite.
Realistic
genre,
sci-fi, like super grounded.
I like the low-key, subtle, minimalist sci-fi, like Ex Machina, whatever that is.
Or like Her.
Like Her, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that.
Totally. Tim?
I'm intrigued.
It's a good way to put it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it seems like something you'd be.
Could be bad.
Could be very bad.
Could be decent.
Could be decent.
Hard to say right now.
Won't be great.
We'll have to see when it comes out.
I don't think it will be great.
That's all I got for that one.
Okay.
Right now, though.
I like Emma Watson. I like Tom Hanks. I like John Boyega.
I definitely think it's really hinging on that.
You like
on
Bill
that
Paxton?
twist.
Bill Paxton is in it. I like him.
Bill Paxton's in this?
Oh, fuck yeah, he's in this.
I did not. I love Bill Paxton. I did not catch this.
So do I.
He's definitely the partner of like Tom Hanks who created the company that's now like
being edged out.
Yeah, he's like out of it, and now he's like leading an uprising. He's like got long hair now.
I think Tom Hanks is going to be the twist villain. And everyone's going
That's not.
Don't think it's much.
That can't be the twist.
Yeah.
That's so obvious. That's like.
Okay, well, that's one.
Anyways,
he's a robot.
That would be a good twist. Let's move on though into a trailer that I'm sure is going to spark some conversations.
Of robots.
Oh, he did it for me.
Yeah.
And Alex Kurtzman.
Transformers: The Last Night with a K, like medieval night.
Ooh, amazing.
That's what they meant.
That was almost lost.
Trailer hasn't dropped. Directed by Michael Bay, of course. Tim, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
Of course. Oh man, I don't even care.
Tim, have you seen the last Transformers?
How many are there? There's 5?
This is part 5.
Have you seen the 4th one? The one with the Dinobots and such?
With Mark Wahlberg? No.
Yes. Okay.
I did not see the one before that either. Dark Side of the Moon?
Right.
Something like that? That's the Pink Floyd album.
Yeah. Dark
of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon.
Did not see that one
Dark
either.
Side of the Moon, actually.
No,
it's Dark of the Moon.
It's Dark of the Moon, okay.
Did not see that one yet, either. I've only seen the first 2. Don't care.
Will you be seeing this movie?
No. If we're still doing the podcast at that time, and I have to see it,
Tim, we're going to be doing the podcast.
Then I will be seeing it. Probably won't be happy about it.
You're not excited,
and I probably won't watch the 2 I've missed to fill in the gap at all.
I don't think that will be required, to be honest.
Plus, like, why are people still surprised by robots being real if they keep popping up throughout history? Like, I don't get it.
Oh my god, there's more robots. This is so shocking.
It's been on the
clearly
moon.
Kept it. They've suppressed that.
Terrible.
Well, Tim.
So many plot holes.
What if I told you the writer's resume?
Well, that's apparently all you've been doing this episode, so fill us in.
Because the aforementioned Alex Kurtzman was fired from this franchise.
What did he do again?
I brought in all new writers. 1,000 movies that I went over earlier. Star Trek, Transformers.
Okay, yeah.
Akiva? Yeah, Akiva Goldsman is the new writer.
Right. They've had literally like 10 writers and like their cousins on this movie, right?
He's the head writer, though.
What does that mean?
Listen to this resume. Batman Forever.
I'm in.
A Time to Kill. Batman and Robin. Lost in Space. A Beautiful Mind. I, Robot. Cinderella Man. The Da Vinci Code. I Am Legend. Angels and Demons. And then Insurgent. The Fifth Wave.
Surgeon's Brother Divergent.
Transformers Last Night.
Quite varied.
And the upcoming Dark
weird,
Tower.
like...
I want to see the light leap him down.
Oh my god. Well, he's got like weird dramas thrown in there.
Weird, amazing
Time to Kill is like a courtroom drama set in like the deep south. And then he's got like Cinderella Man.
Yeah, he's kind of. I feel like he had a couple hits, and yet Hollywood still thinks that he's like the man who wrote A Beautiful Mind and like these like really good movies.
Correct.
I'm like, but some of the other movies that he wrote are shit. So it feels like it's, I don't know. He's kind of a weird case.
Waiting for the Golden Goose to.
I'm gonna say he won for.
Yeah.
That is the Golden Goose that he got. A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Best screenplay.
And it's like now he gets a pass.
Yeah.
Literally, that's
which
what it is.
really kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Now they're like from Academy Award winner Akiva Goldsman, like on Transformers.
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Tyler, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
We haven't done one of these in a while. Don't care.
Really?
I've
I
seen.
thought you were hype. I think.
No. That was huge sarcasm. I don't give two shits about this movie.
You don't like the franchise? I thought you liked Transformers. No?
I might have enjoyed the first two.
Oof.
Maybe.
Second one is dog shit.
Like, it had Shia LaBeouf in it.
It's definitely glamored in the second one, though, to be honest. Like, from the first one, like, going into the second one.
Mm-hmm.
First one's good.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
But, like, the second one kind of had still, like, you kind of have that, like, fanboy, like, glaze.
Yeah, same kind of feel to it.
Like, oh, that was, like, okay, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Phantom Menace, like, syndrome, you know what I mean? Like,
I did not have that.
You didn't have that at all?
I wanted to walk out on the second one after the ball swinging from that thing. And the racist,
hilarious!
And the racist robot.
That was the second one?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Now it's come back. Oh my god.
That introduced the racist two robot things.
Yeah, that guy, yeah. I really don't give two shits about this movie. I think they need to stop doing it because it's just making me mad.
You know it's going to make $1 billion.
I know, and it's so sad because they're just such garbage movies. Like, the first one was good, but like the fact that they keep doing it just takes away from the ones that were actually decent.
With every shit sequel, the first one gets a little bit worse in my memory.
Yeah, I think this movie is gonna be bad, quite bad. But I do want to kind of objectively say that I feel like the trailer, for what it is, I think it's a good trailer.
It's made well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good trailer.
Disagree. It looks.
But I know I can see through.
Yeah.
The polish that they put on it.
Cheap explosions.
Those fireworks.
Those Michael Bay fucking fire explosions. Which...
With what really defines his explosions is the amount of sparks that fly. Yeah. Like, that's not... that's so not much. Real. No. That's not how real explosions look, you idiot.
Like, that's a firework.
Right.
You just lit off a firecracker.
You just literally lit off
you put fireworks in a box and then set the box on fire.
Guys are getting me mad now.
Like... I want him to stop.
But it's sort of it's geared towards that super like hyper macho type, crowd where you can just imagine these like meathead guys like cheering like, Yes, I'm into this.
Like
Like
stuff in the popcorn.
robots fighting, explosions, and like
you know, everyone's like, "Oh my god, Optimus and Bumblebee are fighting! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Right?
Greatest mission of all time!"
there's like a dragon flying. Like in medieval times, there's like explosions with like knights fighting.
And they got the fucking the military. What's his face from the first one? Josh Duhamel, whatever his name is.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, he's like, hey, let's get him back, and hey, let's throw Mark Wahlberg in here. That's the best of both worlds clashing.
No. Little girl wants to help. She wants to fight the giant robots. Like that's going to be effective.
Yeah.
They're
just like scraping what they can from all the movies and just trying to fit it all into one.
Just classic Michael Bay.
Yeah.
All the shots, I swear, he just loves sweaty close-up shots of people's face
with a 5 o'clock shadow,
hair in the face, like sweaty people, like giant explosions, the rotating the camera shots, like spinning around people. It just, I can see what you're doing, man. I can see it. I've seen it before. I'm not buying into this shit. I didn't see the last one. I will not be seeing this one if I can help it. And
I'm hoping something else comes out that weekend.
Yeah.
It probably won't.
I don't want to give them money.
Exactly.
Everyone has to band together and stop giving them money.
It's literally, it's making me angry.
We should ban it now, so it's not even see it. We'll do something else.
I
think so.
I'm in.
I'm just going to make a pact.
Yeah.
This is the only way we'll change this horrible event.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I've seen the first two.
We can watch The Rock.
Oh, yes!
Best Michael Bay movie of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in. Sold. Sean Connery. Done. So good. I know. And Nick Cage. Fuck. Anyways, like I've seen the first two, missed the third, saw the last one.
I've seen the first three, missed the last one.
Yeah, that you didn't miss.
The last one,
I want to go back.
The last one had a great trailer. The last one, the trailer was good.
They make decent trailers.
I could see through it.
Out of shit movies.
I could see through it. I've not seen the movie.
I heard it's unwatchable.
Because I knew.
It was a struggle.
While this trailer is exciting, lots of explosions. Ooh, Dinobots.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got a sword. That's cool, right? I can see through the sheen, the polish.
Trained cinephiles like us can't be fooled.
I can see through the polish on that turd.
Yeah.
That I can see the diarrhea, the giant diarrhea that's waiting to happen.
Myself, as a action, fire, guns blazing, adrenaline movie junkie, this movie is shit.
Good.
And I haven't even seen it yet.
Good man.
I'm calling this. Like this is like the
dropping the mic.
This is the Switty movie, and it looks shit.
You know, Michael Bay's hiding his tricks under that dark, serious trailer. You know, there's racist robots humping and farting and peeing. There's fucking.
This is all happening.
Hilarious.
You know,
hilarious.
There's like awkward pedophile jokes, innuendos. You know, it's all in there.
Oh,
right?
All the classic
You know,
moves.
it's going to be almost 3 hours long.
You know what? Get Shia back, and I might watch it.
Shia would never do it again.
Kill Michael Bay,
exactly. I will never watch
I may
this.
pay them.
Yeah, they need to George Lucas him.
Something.
Someone needs to buy this and give him zero creative input and just start and just do well.
Get rid of the humans.
Yeah.
Give me a Beast
Wars movie. I'm going to refrain from saying a lot of bad jokes that will have to be edited out.
Good call.
About what should happen to Michael Bay. But
I'm thinking like a 19...
I think we should euthanasia this episode right now.
Like,
put it out of its misery.
Yeah. I'm thinking like something with a guillotine.
I love how they're like, okay, we'll fix everything. Hire a whole new writing team. Bring back Bay, though. Like, that'll fix our problem. You don't think the problem might be Michael Bay? 5 times in a row? Like, the last 4 were shit.
Idiotic. But
they do well.
He makes the money.
They do well, though.
That's literally all that matters.
They're like, Mr. Bay has turned out $1 billion movie every 2 years for the last 10 years, so we're going to just keep that coming.
George Lucas? Is that
yeah, yeah, right?
George?
You started going into the George Lucas impression. I think that'll do it, though. I think we've...
Let's end it on a high note.
Sour note.
I'm just angry.
For episode 74... The Upper Late Podcast.
You can find us on Twitter at UpRealLate, and you can listen to us on iTunes and YouTube at UpRealLate, and you can find me personally on Letterboxd. UpRealTim. Check out that Mamma Mia score.
Oh, I will. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram.
It's generous.
At UpRealLate. Stop talking. Oh my god. You're literally killing me right now. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpRealLate Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTye, T-Y-E.
You can find me, Adam, on Twitter at Franny25 and on Instagram at UpRealAdam.
You can follow myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And again, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and something else that I've now forgotten. Leave a comment below if you want to join in our discussion. Keep it real, guys.